Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the new episode of Straight Talk. And today, we will be your host. I am Donna Policar,
And I'm Michelle Giliang.
and welcome. Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, everyone. In today's episode of Straight Talk, we have one of the leaders of the House of Representatives, and he is representing the 2nd District of
Yes.
Cagayan de Oro City. Since the 14th Congress, he held the position from 2007 to 2016 and was re-elected in 2019. He was a graduate of the University of the Philippines College of Law and later became the Dean of the College of Law of San Sebastian College.
Yes, ma'am. But prior to being a House member, he served as Vice Governor of Misamis Oriental from 1984 to 1986. And in 1990, he served as the head of the Bureau of Immigration under the administration of President Joseph Estrada. And on that note,
And that was in 1998 until
2001. And on that note, I think our guests already have the idea who's going to be our guest today. And it's my honor to welcome House Deputy Speaker Rufus Rodriguez of Cagayan de Oro City. Welcome to the program, sir.
Hi, sir. Good morning.
Mayo buntag, Michelle and Donna. Good morning to all.
Yes. Hi, sir. Kamusta? Kamusta ang buhay-buhay? Long time no see.
Yes,
It's been a long time since na-cover kita sa camera.
Yeah. Well, those are happy times and also now difficult times, but
Yeah.
still we managed to all be happy.
Oh.
So therefore, we have a pandemic still going on, but the Filipino people is very resilient. We work hard, we pray hard.
Yes. Sir, nakapagpabakuna ka na ba?
Yes, I'm finished with the
Fully
2 doses
vaccinated?
already.
Wow.
I finished 2 doses already. Finished.
Congratulations. And ano namang brand?
Sino ba?
Oh, okay. All right.
How are you coping with the pandemic, Congressman?
Well, I've been staying at home, We have ECQ of cities, GCQ. Sa amin naman dito, mayroon akong EMQ. Alam mo yung EMQ?
What's that, sir?
What's that?
Extreme Marital Quarantine.
Wow.
So,
Sir.
ako past, year. So, I don't go out kasi we are senior and we also have a high level of diabetes. So, therefore, take care always. Yeah.
Okay, so okay naman kayo ni ma'am, okay naman kayo ng family na
Yes.
lalong mas napagtibay kayo ngayon dahil magkakasama parate.
Well, matibay na talaga.
Okay, that's good. That's good to hear.
Families, I have only, one daughter, one child. So because I believe in the one child, one wife policy.
Wow. Speaking about your...
Tatlo lang kami.
Uh-huh.
Tatlo lang in my family. Donna.
Sir, speaking about your family, nakapag-vaccinate na rin po ba sila?
All of us, sa awa ng Diyos, tapos na kami with the 2nd dose, all Sinovac, yes.
You have mentioned, sir, na nakapagpa-vaccine na kayo pare-pareho. Hindi pa kayo lumalabas? Wala ba kayong attempt to go to the mall, to the park?
No.
Talaga?
You know what's happening in Indonesia and in Thailand?
Yeah.
Sinovac, hundreds of doctors were still, sick of COVID-19 in spite of 2 doses
Yeah.
of Sinovac. So even before that, even without the news from Indonesia and Thailand, I have always been very prudent. Stay at home talaga, over 65 tayo. So anyway, everything is done by Zoom and by cell phone. I always attend the sessions of the House, and Michelle would know that. So therefore, talagang hindi ko absent, especially when my bills are called. So it's even, easier this time to be attending many hearings, let's say about an hour after or one in the morning, one in the afternoon. Because it's by Zoom. Yes.
All right. Sige, sir. Without further ado, let's... Hindi pa ba tayo nagsisimula? Nagpapainit pa lang tayo. So, warming up. We're warming up.
Okay,
Sir,
yes.
Sir, bigyan niyo naman kami ng idea, kamusta ang Cagayan de Oro City?
Well, Cagayan de Oro City, as so far as has become better. The problem really started May 1. No? In May 1, starting May 1, that was 2 months ago, there was a big rise of COVID-19 cases, which the UP Octa immediately reported on May 8 about the Cagayan de Oro was then now number 1 in the area of concern. That was May 8. And so I hope the IATF requesting for more vaccines, because alam nyo naman na kung may at least 1 dose of vaccine, if you are contaminated by COVID-19, your case will not be severe or critical, just mild. And that was really proven. My sister had 1 dose in Cagayan de Oro, got sick, but became well, thank God. So we asked for that. And then May 18 na naman, the OCTA stated also that, again, high incidence continues for Cagayan de Oro. So I wrote our IATF on May 20. And in June 14, they sent additional vaccines to Cagayan de Oro. So from that time on, when we had more vaccines, now from the rates, we even reach 170 a day. Now we're on the 30 to 40 level. So we are quite okay as of this time. Thank you to IATF and Vaccines are Galvez for sending, first recalibrating. After I complained in the House, in the Committee on Internal Affairs, that, it's always been Metro Manila, a lot of vaccines, other places outside of Metro Manila, there is only the percentage of allocation. After my complaint, the President ordered the recalibration. What was this recalibration? It means that they have to determine the IATF which cities have high incidences. And so, if it is high incidence, hindi na lang population. So population ang norm ng distribution. Metro Manila is really a big area of our country. So with the recalibration, they were able to identify 10 cities outside NCR and outside the +8 to make a +10. And here are the places in Visayas and Mindanao, including Cagayan de Oro.
Okay, that's good to know.
As you've mentioned, Congressman, we are aware that in the first week or in the months May and June, the COVID cases in your city were at peak.
Yes.
It's actually, if I'm not mistaken, it's actually ranging from 60 to 170 daily cases, new cases.
Okay.
And fortunately, thank God, cases reduced this month, this July. And last Sunday, according to my research, on July 11, 37 new cases were only detected. So can you share with us, Congressman, how did the government of Cagayan de Oro City cope with the pandemic or was able to reduce the cases po?
First, there was therefore a curfew. The curfew was imposed. Then we had our social distancing and we have contact tracing. So when the peak of COVID-19 cases hit the city, people realized that they should stay home. It's a lot really of internalization of our people of problems because people were dying. People were dying, friends of ours, family members. Suddenly, the city, woke up. Kasi in the past, medyo relax lang eh. Bukas nga ang mga restaurant, bukas ang mga bars. Bukas. So, starting May 1, nakita nila ito. So, by May and June, everybody realized that they have to be safe, stay at home. Those who have not really to move out, to go out of their house. And then also observe social distancing with face mask and face shield. So, therefore, there was a collective effort by government, the local government, and the people to really, there will be no congregations. In fact, even my office did not have distributions of the usual, in the gym, even if there's a distance of 2 meters. We didn't even do that anymore because we were so concerned. And so those were the reasons. More proactive local government interventions, and then also the people themselves realizing that it's really difficult, and they already see family members and friends who died. And so therefore, it was a big warning to everyone.
Okay, sir. Sir, you were one of those legislators who pushed for the extension of Bayanihan 2. Was it logical? It's over already. And do you think why push for the extension when you can legislate a new one?
Legislation will only be when we come back on July 26. So that's why, we have already stopped by June 30.
Yes.
Looking to the figures of the Senate, 24 billion ang hindi pa naibigay from the Bayanihan 2 funds. 24 billion. I followed the Senator Angara's pronouncements. Ang sabi naman ng Malacanang, 9 billion lang. Whatever it is, 9 billion ba or 24 billion? The point is, billions are still not spent. And you know what is the cost of this 9 billion or 24 billion stopped? The funding was stopped on June 30. I am with constant touch with our regional director of the Department of Health. Number one, the benefits to health workers, which are 1 million health worker who dies. 1 million is given to the family. And then for strong cases, 400,000. For mild cases, 100,000. Wala na since June 30. Wala na since June 30. So ngayon, our health workers are, will not receive any of these benefits as provided by Bayanihan 2, carried over to Bayanihan 1, carried over to Bayanihan 2. Zero na. So right now, our health workers, if they become sick, mild, severe, and death, wala na. There's nothing to be given from the Bayanihan 2. So that's one. Yeah. Number two, let me just continue. Number two.
Okay, sir.
Stop na rin ang pagbigay ng hazard pay ng ating mga health workers.
Right.
Stop na rin ang special risk allowance. In fact, some have not been able to get from the previous ones. Therefore, we really need to have a special session. I have asked that for the past 3 weeks. Because if there was a special session, we could have extended its effectivity and the funds can be used even up to December 31 this year, 2021. What else were stopped? The emergency employment of DOLE, Secretary Bello came out. Hindi na nabigay yung para sa displaced workers, which are about 3 to 5 billion in all. Nabigay yung iba. Ang problema dyan, nabigay yung iba. Ang iba hindi nabigyan. So that's the problem. Number two, our farmers, ilan lang nabigyan? Farmers and fisher folks because they stopped na. Kasi 24 billion ito And then, mga tourist workers natin. Then, aside from this, our emergency health by the DSWD, maraming cut, Donna and Michelle. So that is my point. That's why I have been asking the president, only the president can call for special session.
But
they say they will not. So, what can we do?
Oo, sir. So, wala na ilang araw na lang, balik na naman kayo sa sesyon. So, are you going to push for another or a new Bayanihan law? Bayanihan 3, for example.
Hindi lang push. Tapos na kami.
Wala na. Wala nang ipupush.
Bayanihan 3. That's why I asked for special session because first, we could have extended the 24 billion unspent to December 31 and continue with the sectors I've told you that have not been able to receive because nakat nga. That's one. Special session also so that the Senate can already consider our 4.1 billion Bayanihan 3, which our country still needs, especially if we wish to go into economic, our development, economic, and for our welfare of our people.
So medyo mahaba-haba pa tong diskusyon na to, sir. Are we seeing an end here dito sa battle na to na pag-push nitong Bayanihan law para makuha pa?
Yes, everything is not late because by July 26, we will have our last third and final Congress for this term. And, normally the budget of the country is given by the president about, under the Constitution, 1 month from the opening, you have the time leeway for the president to submit. Normally, under Pinoy, the late Pinoy, immediately, the second day after the opening or the 1 week after, immediately, yan na. During time of President Duterte, ganun din. Nasa 1 week from the zona. So we expect also that it will be submitted. Meantime, when we open, we urge the Senate to, before the budget season really starts, sometime in the first or second week of August, then if they can handle Bayanihan 3, because Bayanihan 2 has been cut, hopefully Bayanihan 3 will be able to continue what was cut in the Bayanihan 2.
Okay, sir. Before we break, do you think we still have time to push for that, especially now that election is on its way? So wala nang oras. But before you answer that, sir, we will pause for a short break.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
Iba ng panahon, ang dami ng bago ngayon. Pati ang mundo natin, well, nagbago na rin. Buti ang bayan, bigger, better na. You can buy it sa centers, pati sa mga partners, may online pa at app. You can buy it with your fingers, still phone remittance and more. Online shopping, you can buy it all. Di magpadala, you can buy it all. Anumang pera transaction, you can buy it all.
Sabayan ang pagbabago ng mundo for all your pera transactions, all new Bayan.
And we're back, and today we have House Deputy Speaker Rufus Rodriguez with us. And we're talking about the push for Bayanihan Tulo.
So, sir, do we still have time? Malapit na eleksyon, wala nang oras, may budget pa. Anong gagawin natin?
In fact, because kami na nga yung election, may time talaga.
Talaga, ha?
We can give to our people.
Talaga lang, ha, sir? Sa bagay.
Yeah, it's the impetus where we should act already because election is coming. But
Yeah.
that is not the point. The point really is we need really these funds. That is why we have time. Congress has done it, the House. Senate na lang, 401 billion. Kasama na dyan, ang 216 billion, ayuda to all Filipinos. 2,000 per Filipino. So that is part of the ayuda that
So,
we can have.
ayoko mag-isip ng masama, pero mukhang gagamitin itong para sa eleksyon. Hindi ba? Itong issue na to ng bayanihan.
Because, di naman doon na we really need the money. Like Bayanihan 1, Bayanihan 2, this is not in pursuance of any election. Bayanihan 3 was thought of about 2 months ago and we approved it. And so it is still a need, as we can see now, that we will give aid to all, bibigyan natin ng lahat ng mga Filipinos and the other sectors that are needed, that need funds. No? So the distribution will be handled by the national government. It will not pass through a congressman or any official. No? So it will be carefully be given. In fact, there are now payment schemes through financial services.
So, hindi ito magiging in aid of election.
Well, to me, you know, if you have done well, if you have been working hard as an official, local, or representative, or senator, then people will vote for you, not because there are some amounts given, like 2,000 ayuda for our people. So then it is for everyone, and this is not to choose who are to be given. So whoever, it does not really look into parties, into person. So yan lang amin. So nasa kanyan, nasa Senado na to approve yan 3 to help. Anyway, election time nasa May pa naman yun. So sana maibigay natin ito by this particular coming months.
Okay, since napag-usapan na rin natin ng election, Michelle, shoot.
Election, sir, is nearly here. Actually, sir, it's 3 months before the filing of certificate of candidacies, and everyone is talking about it. And obviously, we will see everyone fighting tooth and nail to protect one or the other party's interest po. And but before that, would you please educate us po about your bill regarding the online voter registration and the filing of COC? You have pushed for that po.
Yes, we have already foreseen this. There can be no more, a congregation of people to either register and to either file certificates of candidacy. Nung una kasi, pag-filing, andyan yung entire barangay and to show support, mag-torch parade yan, from the mass, mag-marcha yan, arms linked and so forth, going to the election office. We cannot do that now. And that is why early on, about 2 months ago, we filed that bill that requires two things. It's still difficult and very dangerous to fill our offices because there are those who are registering, those who are 18 years of age, and those who will be 18 years of age on election day. So yan, up to September 13 na lang yan. No? According to the COMELEC, mayroon pang mga 2 million sa projection nila, hindi pa nag-register. It's because of the pandemic. So I filed a bill, number one, online na ang registration. Now, there will be a capture of biometrics. So yan ang talagang personal. Registration muna, all the other requirements, register online. Then this biometrics requirement to assure really that this is the voter could come later. Later, when we have, according to we have a very early forecast by our vaccine czar, that before the forecast was first quarter of next year, 70% na of the Filipinos. In other words, herd immunity na. Ngayon, sinabi na baka November. So, kung ganon, so let us have the registration online immediately. May deadline sa September 30, but the biometrics capture, picture, and our fingerprints could be taken already sometime in March or February. Still 3 months before the election. After all, nandyan na yung mga records nila. That's one. Online registration of voters to capture everyone. So they don't have to go to the COMELEC office. It can be done. There's so many online na nga ang registration sa mga klase. Online na lahat COMELEC na lang, hindi online. So yan, I'm just telling them to already put up the system. Number two, filing, October 1 to 8. So I said that we should put up, the COMELEC should put up a system of online filing of certificates. There should be no more filing personally. Now, nasa law yun na file in person or by authorized representative, so person pa rin. So, what can that be done? In any instance, in cases of elections, we don't even have a law, although I have filed a law that amends this, that will not require anymore personal appearance of the candidate or the representative, normally the lawyer. It can be done online. It's filed bill, or it's already a filed bill that I have. However, the COMELEC, because this is an emergency, the COMELEC having the original and exclusive jurisdiction to conduct elections can already do it, and this is why I ask them to be proactive. Nobody will question that online filing, so that hindi na tayo maghakot pa, personal punta doon, like Cagayan de Oro, ang liit-liit pa ng opisina dyan na sigurado talaga it will violate the social distancing rules that we have. So those are the features of my bills so that we will go online. But I tell you that the COMELEC now can already act. This is an emergency. They can act. Let us make it easier for our young people. Ang mag-register dito, normally dalawang grupo. Those who will be 18 years of age on election day. Those who were, voters whose names were removed because of failure to vote in 2 successive elections. So yan, mas madali yan kasi may mga biometric capture na yan So it's just a matter of filing online that they want to be voters again. Then they will be restored to the list. Even that one is very, very fast because they have the records already. Okay. Marami din yan nawawala. At saka third group, konti lang ito, nagka-transfer of voting so that you can transfer. So yun, madali ang gawin ng COMELEC. So there is still that, that hesitancy of our COMELEC in spite of the fact that the Constitution provides them that power to perform what is needed in the election.
Sir, Doon sa bill ninyo is online yung filing ng candidacy and at the same time the registration. How about
Yes.
the campaign period and the election itself? Do you think is it logical to hold an online election or campaign?
That can be done by the COMELEC. There's no problem there, no need for a bill there. The COMELEC can have the power to issue rules and regulations on the conduct of the elections. And it can be that there will be no mass rallies anymore. I think even now, even if we have already the vaccination of most of us, let us already get out of this, cramping of people, thousands coming in. So, i-prohibit na yan. I agree with that. Even in May 9. So, that should be done. Even if we have already herd immunity. Kasi nga, may mga vaccine yan na naroon pa rin
natatamaan pa rin.
Yes. So, yeah. But, so what will happen now? No more big rallies. Probably you can have a definite number of persons, like in one given meeting, 40 to 50, social distance, sila, pulong-pulong type na lang. So yun ang mangyayari dyan. At saka, yung house to house, wag na rin yun. Kasi yung house to house, ipupunta ka sa mga bahay, di ba? Kung yung mga kasama ng mga campaigners contaminated, hindi contaminate the house or the vice versa. Those that you're going to see house to house are also having COVID. So those going to the house, the candidates and their campaigners will be, will also be contaminated. So yan ang dapat pag-isipan ng COMELEC. I am agreeable to limiting all of these instances where there is a possibility of transmission of COVID-19.
Actually, Kong Rufus, you are also pushing for a bill to allow the 7-day election period. Can you tell us more about that po?
Yes, because alam mo, ang ating under our computerized system, the automated election system AES, which we passed about 10 years ago, yan ay hindi na isusulat ang mga pangalan, nasa balot na, automated na, and then nag-cluster ng presinto. So presinto ngayon, merong mga 1,000 voters, 900 to 1,000. Yan ang clustering that we have about five precincts with 200, naging one cluster precinct na. So, 1,000 yan kada presinto. Now, kung ituloy natin sa May 9 na hindi natin ma-approve yung bill ko, mandating the COMELEC to hold the elections for senior citizens, those over 60, and person with disabilities, then ang linya natin super mahaba. Our seniors will be online under the heat of the sun, or person with disabilities. That is why, as you Michelle, I filed a bill that 7 days before the election, May 9, so May 2, there can be an early voting for senior citizens and our PWDs. How many senior citizens do we have? Based on their figures of the COMELEC, we have almost 9 million senior citizens. And how many are person with disabilities? We have over almost 1,800,000 PWDs. So imagine about 10 million mawala sa ating 64 million registered voters. So that will really help the line that it will not be that long. At the same time, take into consideration our seniors and our sick voters. So yan ang ating pinupush. So hopefully, our committees will be able to vote on that when we resume session on July 26.
Okay, sir, moving forward.
From election, now let's talk about
Election pa rin.
Yeah, let's talk about the possible candidates.
Sir, mainit na mainit ang usapan tungkol dito sa pagtakbo ng ating Pangulong Duterte sa pagka-vice-presidente. And meron tayong mga legal luminaries, mga constitutionalists na
with contrasting views.
Tama ka doon. Even si Justice Carpio nagsabi na wala siyang nakikitang hadlang sa pagtakbo ni Pangulong Duterte bilang vice-presidente. However, ito naman si COMELEC Commissioner Christian Monsod, iba ang tingin niya. Meron daw meron siyang sinasabi na there's a clear attempt to circumvent the constitutional provision of re-election. Sir, your point.
Well, the qualifications of the president, whether to run or not in the re-election, the provisions are found in Article 8 of the Constitution on the executive department now. What does it say? Let's go to the Constitution. The Constitution is very clear. It says the president shall not be eligible for any re-election.
Okay.
Those are the words.
Yes.
Any re-election. Now, in election law, based on jurisprudence since a long, long time by the Supreme Court, re-election means you are incumbent, you are running for the same position to be re-elected.
Okay.
So very clear, re-election pertains to the position you are holding, and you are trying to be able to be re-elected in that position. Meaning, for president, running for president again, no, it cannot be done. Constitutional provision, but clearly, since the word is any re-election, re-election refers to the same position. It is very clear, Donna and Michelle, that a president can run for the vice presidency. That
Sir.
is the Constitution.
Okay. So, na-mention niyo yan, sir. Pero meron sinasabi itong si Commissioner Monsod na there is this so-called backdoor presidency. There is this so-called na wala doon, hindi yun yung intent ng Constitution. That's not the intent of the Constitution na okay, no provision na pwede kang tumakbo sa ibang
Vice
posisyon.
President.
Oo. Pero yun ba talaga ang intent ng Constitution?
The intent, in fact, you don't go to the intent and then the principle of verba legis. If the law is very clear, Constitution provision is very clear. It uses the word re-election. There's no intention there.
Okay.
There's no, see, the intention is not for you to run for vice president. It does not say there.
Okay.
So I am a lawyer, I was dean, and I teach law, even up to now. If it's not in the law, it is not prohibited.
Okay.
So the law is very clear, no re-election. So
Okay.
it is not a re-election to run for vice president. That's why our former president, Gloria Macapagal Arroyo, ran for congresswoman, became speaker. Because there is no prohibition. Any position aside from the presidency. So that is very clear, Donna. There is no debate there. I
Okay.
disagree with Commissioner Monson.
Monson.
We don't go to kami mga lawyers and the justice of the Supreme Court will not go to intention. What the framers want? No, you don't go there anymore. If it's very clear, clear yung word re-election.
Okay. Sir, paano yon yung sinasabi niya na backdoor presidency? For example, ano lang to, medyo hypothetical. What if Sara Duterte ran, tapos nanalo nga siya? Pwede niya sabihin na, oy, anak, total anak naman kita, alis ka na dyan, ako na lang ang uupo. Yun yung parang gustong ipunto ni Christian Monsod na backdoor presidency.
These are the realms of possibility, but that is not illegal. That
Okay.
is not unconstitutional. It is very possible. The Duterte. And then the president, Duterte, for example, Sara, who had resigned, he will follow. That is not re-election.
Okay.
That is accession to office. So again, it is not covered by the prohibition of the Constitution. So that is what we have. So
Alright.
we are talking of legality. We're not going to talk about whether the president should run or not. The president, the issue is, can the president run for vice president? The answer is definitely yes.
Okay. Sir, ang sabi ni Christian Monsod, posible na mag-fire, mayroong ko-question ito sa Supreme Court. Sa tingin ninyo, aabot doon sa ganung punto? Hindi ba yon makakaharang doon sa performance niya kung sakaling manalo siyang vice-presidente at biglang mag-assume siya as president?
No, to me, everything is clear, and I think the Supreme Court justices will find the same clarity of our Constitution.
Okay.
And so therefore, there will always be people who can file, because it's a right of everyone to file cases like Waranto, for example, stating that the President Duterte cannot run for vice president. So, but the realm of filing is there. But whether it will succeed, I am sure that the Supreme Court justices will vote on what is in the Constitution, and that they cannot prevent a sitting president to run for another position, that is the vice presidency.
Okay. Sir, magbabalik tayo ha. Hindi pa tayo tapos. Medyo marami-rami pa itong pag-uusapan natin.
Yes, yes.
We will be back after a short break. Don't
Thank
go
you.
away.
Manong Joe po,
At Ate Maita,
ngayong Hunyo, bahagyang tumaas ng 8 centavos per kilowatt hour ang overall electricity rates. Ito'y dahil sa dagdag singil sa WESM.
alam niyo ba, pwede kayong i-update ng Meralco sa text or sa email gaya ni Sarah G. Sisendan kayo ng advanced updates tulad ng upcoming bill details. Di na kayo kakaba-kaba sa paghihintay ng bills. At anumang mangyari sa bill, masira, mabasa, o mawala, no problem. To get updates, i-update ang inyong contact information sa Facebook Messenger, meralco.com.ph, email, hotline 16211 o Meralco Business Centers.
Handa kami makapag-ugnayan sa inyo para makapaghatid ng mas mabuti, mabilis, at pagkinhawang serbisyo.
Hanggang sa susunod na
Meralco Advisory.
Click, click, that's it. Never thought self-service can be this slick. Modify plans in a snap, walang hirap. It's a wrap, just tap the app. Now you can check, view, subscribe, renew. Help and support for you. Out with the Ring Ring apps or the in thing, you know what to do. Globe at home and Globe One, all in the Globe app na yan. Self-service and easy to use, mas okay tayo dyan. Globe at home and Globe One, all in the Globe app na yan. Instant response, no hold time pa, wala nang hintayan. Download Globe at Home and Globe One app, all in the Globe app na yan.
Download the Globe One and Globe at Home apps from Google Play Store and Apple App Store now.
Download Globe at Home and Globe One app, all in the Globe app na yan.
And we're back on Straight Talk with Daily Tribune. Right now, we have House Deputy Rufus Rodriguez, and earlier, we are talking about the possible presidential bid of, vice presidential bid of President Rodrigo Duterte, and Congressman Rufus said the Constitution does not prohibit him to do so. And since we've talked about President Duterte, now let's talk about his daughter. Sara Duterte, Davao City Mayor Sara Duterte, and she is also a possible presidential candidate. Sir, you being a congressman since the 14th Congress, and you have been a government official for many years, what do you think of the ongoing rift of PDP Laban, infighting of PDP Laban? And apparently, they are somewhat divided because some members allegedly are supporting Sara Duterte, who is not a a member. Yeah, a member of PDP Laban. Do you think, sir, this will further deepen the faction within the party, within the ruling party?
Well, election season is really setting in because you already have problems of a political party. Internally, they have differences of opinion. There is now a group that is siding with Senator Pacquiao and Senator Pimentel, and a group siding with Secretary Cusi and the President. And so, that is something that they have to be able to decide who will carry the PDP Laban candidate. Now, I am the president of the Centrist Democratic Party. Now, it is a grassroots party, but basically in Mindanao, we have members there, but not very much in terms of a nationwide presence. So we in the party, CDP, will have to wait who are the candidates that will be chosen. PDP will have to leave them at that. That is their power. They can also get a candidate who is not a member, There are so many instances in our political history that from the Liberal Party, he is taken by the Nacionalista Party before. And then from the Nacionalista Party, kinukuha ng Liberal Party. And so many other instances that happens. It is not therefore sacrosanct that a candidate of a political party like PDP Laban is limited in its selection to members of the party because, they vote. The leadership of the party will vote. There will be a convention. In fact, normally what is that being done is there should be a convention to choose its candidate. It will be enough that he or she will be chosen by the party. And of course, it goes also that when she or he will be adopted, he will transfer to the party. There's no prohibition to transferring a party or having a coalition with a party. You don't have even to transfer it. We have many cases of coalitions. Coalition parties.
Sir.
That is the situation that we have.
Okay. Sir, from the perspective of a non-member, you being a non-member of the PDP Laban, do you see talagang magkakawatak-watak tong PDP Laban in the near future after the National Assembly? Do you think mahahati itong dalawang ito? At sino sa tingin ninyo yung dapat mag-prevail na leader ng PDP Laban?
I could not predict who can be PDP Laban leader, but I can say that definitely this will be a division of the party. Because if Senator Pacquiao will run for president and Mayor Inday Sara will also be one faction of the party to support her. So we have a situation where we have two candidates of the PDP and they will really be divided to the middle.
Are you saying, sir, that there will be a possible two candidates of PDP Laban or the other PDP Laban would go for hugpong? So technically, parang mawawala si PDP, mapupunta na siya kay Manny Pacquiao.
You can't even predict how the majority, how the COMELEC will alam mo kasi, mag-recognize nito kung magka-break na
kung sino.
It will be the COMELEC
yes.
Who will carry the name of PDP Laban. Whether the group of Pacquiao, Pimentel, or the group of President Duterte, Cusi, and the others. To the Speaker Velasco is also in the PDP Laban. So, therefore, that is a matter for the COMELEC to decide which one. But to me, it's material which one or which party. It will be who will be the candidate. That is what the Filipino people will vote on. People do not vote here on party. We have never been a party system. Like in to vote for prime minister in continental Europe, in Germany, in Italy. It is the party that would run, and the party who will have the majority will elect the prime minister. No. In our case, there are candidates and people, our people here do not really belong to parties, really, Ilan lang naman yung mga active na they are card-bearing. The people decide based on whom they think should become president.
So marami pa tayong aabangan.
Yes,
sir. Oo. Isa rin naming aabangan, sir, kung tatakbo ka sa pagka-senador. Ano ba yan, sir?
The Senate really requires a lot of resources. 82 provinces. It's really very difficult. We don't have the resources for that.
Okay.
And so therefore, we will continue to serve in the local level. Yes.
Okay. So sir, eto na yung ating last question. So ilang araw na lang ay huling State of the Nation address na ni Pangulong Duterte. Ano ba ang ina-expect mo na marinig sa ating Pangulo?
Well, this will be a report card. I would expect the President to give this report to the Commission. What is a report card? There are promises, programs that has laid down in the first years of the presidency and the succeeding ones. There are always goals that the President pronounced in the State of the Nation. We expect to be able to state in the station, since this will be a farewell State of the Nation address, that he will be able to frankly be able to state my projects have been achieved by my administration, and here are the programs that were not achieved, and would expect and would hope that the next office officials will also this. So that is that are the two things I should do. A report on advocacies achieved and programs that were failed that failed to be fulfilled.
Okay, sir. If you will give him a grade from 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, anong grade mo na ibibigay sa kanya?
Well, I would give the president a grade of 8. 8. He has
Okay.
been able to also be able to have a lot of improvements and programs that were executed. So an 8 will be my grade for the president.
All right. So,
So, for my last question, sir, what do you think is President Duterte's greatest achievement during his administration?
Well, greatest achievement is one being able to really fight drugs. It is something that is pervasive in our
okay.
country.
All
And he
right.
fought drugs. There are issues of that were brought out, but his main goal had been to be able to fight drug addiction, and many barangays had been able to remove the drug menace in our country. So that's one, drugs. Number two, the fight against insurgency and peace in Mindanao. He had been able to give our Muslim brothers in Mindanao a born autonomous region of Bangsamoro. And so there's relative peace in Mindanao. And so that, and then insurgency, while he is having a hard stick, there are also carrots given to those who wish to come to the mainstream. So these are the two things that he had been able to really work. To me, he did not very well perform in fighting for our West Philippine Sea. That is something that we wish that the president should have fought from the very start, because we already won in 2016 when he won as president. There was also July 12th was our victory day, where we proved and the judge nationally decided against China, and we won in all counts in those cases. So therefore, we are saying that yes, there are things that he has been successful. There are also some things that he should have been able to really fight for. And so
Okay.
those are the things that the main things that I have. Now, as to being able to lift poverty, it's just the pandemic that came. We were on the way to really having inclusive democracy. He was able to move out to the different regions, not only Metro Manila, to help our people. So those are the things. Another where he did not achieve his advocacy is federalism. Federalism, we think that the president should have been stronger in advocating during his time federalism. And that is
Okay.
where he failed to achieve it. Yes.
Okay,
Wow.
sir.
That was
Thank you.
very insightful, Ma'am
Okay.
Donna. Kung
Yes.
Rufus. But we don't want to end po the
Oo, na
serious
serious.
serious yung episode natin. So
Kailangan may fun din naman,
Ayun.
Michelle, di ba?
so now, sir, we move on to the final part of this episode of the program.
This is yung very exciting part ng interview natin, sir.
Yes.
All right.
We have now the photo game, where we will show you pictures. It may be random or related to you, and you have to give one word.
One word lang, sir, ah.
One word to describe the photo being shown to you, sir. Are you ready po?
Yes.
Okay. Sige po, for the first photo.
Very good.
Wow.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Next photo.
Injustice.
All right. Okay.
Number 3.
Icon.
Wow.
Okay.
4. Fourth photo.
More work.
Sir, 2 words yun, ah.
Okay,
Then
next,
anyway,
next
pwede
photo.
Allegation should be with basis.
Wala kang maisip na one adjective for him. Okay.
Next photo.
Congratulations. Nagayanon. Cindy.
Next.
Good, Vice President.
Okay.
Last photo.
We thank him.
All right.
Wow.
Okay, and with that,
That's
sir, we conclude our episode. Your last word, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much for the interview. I enjoyed this, and my thanks to you, Donna and Michelle, for this. And it's a very good exchange and a lively exchange. Thank you very much. Present. Good morning.
Opo.
Okay,
Thank you for joining us today, Kong Rufus, and I hope we can have you again
in the future.
in the
Yes.
future.
Definitely, I am always open. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank
Thank
you,
you
sir.
po.
And this has been Straight Talk. We will back next week. And
I'm Michelle Giliang.
I'm Donna Policar saying goodbye and good morning.